After the major standoff over the Chinese spy balloon, United States President Joe Biden has warned China, saying, and I quote, "If China threatens our sovereignty, we will act," and we did. He's also said, "I told Xi that we see competition and not conflict. I am not apologetic about it." Listen in.
We made clear, and I made clear in my personal conversations, which have been many, with President Xi, that we seek competition, not conflict. But I will make no apologies that we're investing to make America stronger. Investing in American innovation and industries that will define the future that China intends to be dominating. Investing in our alliances and working with our allies to protect advanced technologies so they will not be used against us. Modernizing our military to safeguard stability and deter aggression. Today, we're in the strongest position in decades to compete with China or anyone else in the world. Anyone else in the world. I'm committed to work with China where we can advance American interests and benefit the world. But make no mistake about it. As we made clear last week, if China threatens our sovereignty, we will act to protect our country, and we did. Let's be clear. Winning the competition should unite all of us. We face serious challenges across the world. But in the past 2 years, democracies have become stronger, not weaker. Autocracies have grown weaker, not stronger. Name me a world leader who changed places with Xi Jinping. Name me one. Name me one. America's rallying the world to meet those challenges, from climate to global health, to food insecurity, to terrorism, to territorial aggression. Allies are stepping up, spending more, and doing more. Look. The bridges we're forming between partners in the Pacific and those in the Atlantic, and those who bet against America are learning how wrong they are.
Now, crossing over to CNN News 18's Foreign Affairs correspondent Abhishek Jha. Abhishek, interesting statement from Biden. This also comes after China has ignored calls from the Pentagon.
So it's clearly a sign that USA is trying to put forward that it is undeterred by Chinese incursions over its skies, which USA has claimed that was in violation of USA sovereignty and, international law. And at the same time, USA president has also reaffirmed the comments that he has in the past made to Chinese President Xi Jinping that we want competition, not conflict. And in fact, this was the background in which USA's State Secretary Blinken was supposed to visit China, and if it all had been good, he would have been in China right now with Janet Yellen. But then this whole balloon thing over USA's airspace, which apparently was snooping over USA's major intercontinental ballistic missile bases in Montana, had put everything down, and now USA and China are actually at one of the worst diplomatic row that has happened that these two countries have witnessed in the last few years.
Now, considering the fact that we've received information about how China has ignored calls from the Pentagon itself when it comes to this entire spy balloon standoff, is it likely that China is going to continue with a cold shoulder when it comes to responding to the United States? Or do you think we can expect a strong response from China in response to Biden?
Actually, there are two layers of this question, because the first, China has not acknowledged the fact that this airship was in any of a military airship, or whether it was being remote controlled by some location in the distance, because the USA has claimed that it was not a weather or harmless airship. It was having some sensitive snooping equipment over aboard. And the second thing is USA has always had those incursion, and USA naval assets and its fighter jets have been going to South China Sea, whether China has always claimed its own sovereignty and territorial rights. So whether China will reciprocate the USA's incursion in South China Sea, that remains to be seen. Because now it has a precedence, has been said, whether Chinese asset was brought down by USA aviators. So whether China will reciprocate the same in South China Sea or other part of the world, that will have to be watchful.
How do you think this is going to play out on the international stage when it comes to the allies of the two nations?
Okay, so clearly we know that China is currently a world economic powerhouse. So not exactly that all the country and NATO members are going to be aligned with USA on this issue, because so far this has been only USA which has claimed that this was a kind of integration, it was kind of violation of sovereignty. There has not been much of commentary coming from other USA allies on this issue, and China has maintained that this was not a military airship, it was a weather airship. We just drifted away because of the westerlies in the Pacific and went beyond its fixed route. While the two sides have been conflicting claims, the world has been very much, calmly watching over the developing situation, which has been spiraling out because now USA's diplomats or USA foreign minister has also postponed his visit, and he has said that when the situation will be conducive, he will be having a visit to the Chinese counterpart.
All right, Abhishek, thank you.